Okay, let's do this thing. Impact Wrestling. A lot of things to say about this show, especially in regards to Rampage. Now, as of this recording of this video, Rampage will be happening later on tonight and whatnot. So there are some things to say because we all know that the Impact World Title will be on the line at Rampage Friday night. Rampage on the debut show, which they did show a video package of for Rampage and everything for Friday. So how is Impact really going to deal with that? Now, there's going to be a lot to say about that when we get into it. But like I said, this show does regard into Rampage for Friday and whatnot. We kick off the show though. What was off the show? We started with knockouts match. I guess kicking off the show tonight. Yeah, kick it off with Tennille Dashwood versus Taylor Wilde. This match looked like it's been brewing for a while now, which they actually got some good time out there too. I'll give them that. The match was not bad. Pretty good match and whatnot. The finish though, which Caleb got involved, which he ended up spraying the referee, which it didn't look like any spray came out. And as the referee was distracted, Madison Rayne showed back up. Madison Rayne came in. She threw Taylor Wilde into the turnbuckle, and Tennille ended up hitting the spotlight kick for the win. Basically, Madison Rayne ended up standing with Dashwood as they, basically were cool and whatnot. I guess their team now or something like that, whatever's going on. Like I said, the match itself was not bad. Madison Rayne, I am kind of surprised to see back here because I think I remember around Bound for Glory, she announced her retirement. I think it was only from Impact, though, from wrestling and whatnot. But I guess she's back now, wrestling again. So I don't know where this is going because I know she announced like around October she was not going to be wrestling anymore and whatnot. So I was kind of surprised to see her back here, um, which maybe can help Tenille since this whole gimmick or wherever she's going with this feud with Taylor Wilde has been very bland. Taylor Wilde, which has been here, but still I don't even know where she's going right now. Like she was here, then she kind of disappeared. Now she's back again. So I'm trying to see what's going on with that. Something. I'm not even really sure what's going on with that. So we'll see where this feud is going to go since Madison Rayne is involved now. Josh Alexander went against Sean Navari. Good match. Basically, I would say a showcase match for Josh Alexander. Pretty good. I'll say that. I know Jake something came up and came out there, held held the title and gave it back to Alexander since he's the next challenger and whatnot for the title. So we'll see what goes on with that. But still a good match from Josh Alexander out there. The Good Brothers were in the back, hyping up their match for Resurgence until Violent by Design showed up. Gallows ended up challenging Joe Doring to a match next week. So we'll see what happens there. Kiera Hogan came out, which she's still here, I see. Talked about what happened last week with Tasha turning on her, and things are supposed to be better between Fire and Flavor, and she thought Tasha was real and whatnot, but Tasha tried to pull one over me, and you and your little stupid big ass friend want to do have her do a dirty work and whatnot, and basically said, "How about y'all come out here? That's on period and everything. Let's do this." But instead of getting Tasha and Savannah Evans out there, Su Young and Kimber Lee came out then. Basically, Kimber tried to attack Kiera, but she ended up putting her down with a super kick. Then she looked at Su Young, telling her, "I ain't going back." Basically, she was in the undead realm before, if y'all remember that. And then, Su Young's putting on the whole bloody glove thing and whatnot. And then Kimber ends up getting up, and then she has the glove. Basically, I guess she's controlling her body like a puppet and whatnot. And Kimber ended up putting the bloody glove onto Kiera Hogan, and then they end up dragging her to the back. Her shoe fell off, and just I'm assuming they pulled her and took her to the undead realm. Maybe this was the way to write off Kiera Hogan, I guess. So interesting way of doing that. I thought it probably would have been a match for her and Tasha. You see, loser leaves Impact or something, but it just kind of I don't know. It's like, hey, we just killed her off. So what? They took her soul or took her to the undead realm to never be found again. Not sure what's going on with that, but kind of a odd way to do. I'm assuming this is the way they wrote her off. I'm gonna assume that. So we'll see what happens there. Um, Don Callis and Kenny Omega are in the back. Callis talked about, AEW trying to screw him over, and Scott D'Amore, Tony Khan, bringing a knife to a gunfight that he's got to put all these titles on the line right now. and whatnot. And Callis said we're gonna hold this belt for the rest of our lives. As Omega told Tony Khan, you could use Daddy's money to buy all the high priced talents you want. You're not gonna take anything from me because Omega, he's made from something different, and nobody compares to him. And yeah, I'm gonna show up Friday and defend the Impact World Title against Christian. But he doesn't want to hear any of these internet fans or TV shows or whatever that start whining and whatnot when he still holds that title. Then and Omega basically said, Don Callis and a lot of things he's done have got him to this dance to where he is right now. So not a bad promo, I'll say, from this, especially to hype up a match as quick as for Friday. Anything for Rampage and whatnot. I still think they should have used some build, but even though it's for 2 world titles, it's still build for both the belts. Okay. Next, Bullet Club, Chris Bay and Jay White versus Finjuice. Basically, this is to promote the Resurgence show for New Japan this Saturday and whatnot. Good match, I should say, but well, it's a DQ finish really, which Jay White ended up getting a chair involved, taking down Finjuice, and then he hit David Finley with a Blade Runner onto the chair to basically take him out right there. So we'll see what happens Saturday at Resurgence. Then there's Impact talent on that show. I would like to see Chris Bay in some Bullet Club gear now since he's in the Bullet Club now. So let's see where this goes. You know what's so funny about this with Jay White being there? I still don't know if it's like an invasion or some type of Civil War Bullet Club thing going on. Because other than the promo that first initially happened with Omega and whatnot, I still want to know where this is gonna go. Okay, is Jay White still gonna go after Kenny Omega for some belt? I don't know what belt, but what is he really gonna do? Like, we're still trying to figure that out. Okay, Tasha Steele's a little bit more cold and calculated promo, I should say, this time than being more energetic. Tasha basically talked about Kira was the one that came to me, not the other way around. She came to me for this tag team. Fire and Flavor, it was a heat wave of success. But things got too hot for Kiera, and that she's not the Boricua badass. And basically, Tasha said, that's why now I brought the most meanest and savage person in the world, which is Savannah Evans. Nobody will be able to touch her. Nobody can get to her. And Kiera, I'm done with her. I don't got to deal with this no more. Father Bob showed up trying to give a high five since they were a team at that homecoming show. Tasha said, we ain't doing this. But Father Bob said, I got a problem with Decay right now. And Tasha said, yeah, we got a problem with them too. I want my tag titles back. All right. So we'll see where this is gonna go with since Fire and Flavor is over, and let's see where this whole Tasha and Savannah Evans thing is gonna go. Melina was in the back of a promo talking about the whole NWA Empower show. As she was talking about the show, Deanna Purrazzo showed up saying, we've never met in the ring before, but she talked about she's been training and showed a video package of her and Alicia Zapatella, basically the training they've been doing to prepare for this match. But Melina says she's going to make her in-ring debut on Impact next week, so we'll see where that goes. Christian, who was in the back being interviewed, I guess, by Alex Marvez from AEW on an Impact microphone. Basically, Christian talked about being the first AEW wrestler to challenge Kenny Omega for the Impact World title. Christian said that, Omega may be a belt collector, but, Chris said he's made the decision. He's going to come after all those titles if it has to, but he's going to start with the Impact World title, and he will be in the Impact Zone next week for the first time in years. He has not been in TNA since 2009, which I'm glad they showed, clips of him at least telling people, hey, he used to wrestle here, because come on, he wrestled here between what, 04, 5 to 09, if I'm not wrong and whatnot. So Christian was here that, they gave him opportunities for the world title. Yes, Christian is a former TNA world champion, or NWA TNA if you want to go with that. Like I say, you could come on. If you know Christian Cage's history and Impact, come on, look at the theme song he has right now. You know it. But Christian says he will be on Impact next week, and he says he's going to bring the world title back with him to the Impact Zone as the Impact World Champion. And Christian basically said that, telling everybody in the main event, this is a battle royale to determine who will become the number one contender for that title at Resurgence. Basically says whoever wins, you're going to have to be facing me. If you don't know, now you know. I'm sure people are going to say he stole that line from Hit Row, but everybody's using that line from Biggie Smalls, okay? So if you know the song and whatnot. Basically, But yes, basically after Christian cutting a promo, does that foreshadow him still winning the world title on Friday? I don't know, but that's a very strong thing to imply that he will bring the belt back. But it will be nice to see Christian go back to TNA or Impact. But then again, I said a lot more in this in my review of why I had a lot of problems with this whole decision of the world title being on the line on Rampage and whatnot, and that on their own show. Which let's remember, if Christian does win, yes, he did work in TNA before, but he's not currently contracted with this company and whatnot. So, it would look better if someone from Impact actually beat Omega for the title. I think that'd be a little bit better, but I don't think Christian's still gonna win on Rampage in general. Okay. Next, Matt Cardona went against John Skyler. Match was okay. Rohit Raju and what's his say? Shearer came out, and what do you know? John Skyler got the win, surprisingly. So it was interesting. I'll say that. So at least Cardona's in a different feud right now with someone else. So we'll see where that goes. Um, but last though was the 20-man battle royale to see who's going to become the number one contender. A lot of guys. I don't know why Suicide was in this match, but Morrissey just starts throwing guys all over the top rope, from Hernandez and Johnny Swinger and whatnot, till everybody just start looking at Morrissey cast or whatever, and threw him out the ring. Then Petey Williams had tried to eliminate somebody, but Steve Macklin came out and basically ended up throwing him in the mat out of there, since he wasn't even in this match. Swan and Diener are brawling with each other. Swan ended up taking out Diener, Violent by Design. Rest of them started eliminating Swan. Then Mac ended up eliminating Rhino. I think Madman Fulton and Ace, they took out Mac. I don't know, way Jose or whatever was out then. Followed by throwing out Madman Fulton in after that. Myers, helped Beal take out Trey Miguel then. Eddie Edwards was in there until Moose took him out. Moose and Saban went under the ring then, brawling with each other. Myers, he ended up eliminating Sam Beal, thinking they were going to team together and whatnot, until he turned around and Sammy Callahan was in the back of him. Sammy took out Myers with a big pile driver then. Right after him and Ace Austin brawled with each other, going to the outside. Fulton came out and saved Ace, put him on the shoulders, but Sammy decapitated his head almost with a clothesline onto the ground. Moose ended up pushing Callahan off the apron. Saban and Moose start going at it then, which both guys were on the ropes and whatnot, until Brian Myers lifted over them with the top rope for the win. So Brian Myers now will face whoever will be the Impact World Champion, either Kenny Omega or Christian, after Friday at Resurgence. So it was a surprising win. I'll say that. I'm sure a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of this, and I like Brian Myers. I'll give Brian Myers one thing: he's reinvented himself, and I can't really figure him as Kurt Hawkins. And he's been doing a really good job lately and whatnot. And in a way, some people don't really want to put him in that world title contender, which I don't think he'll win at Resurgence. But it's interesting to at least have somebody different win and whatnot. But I don't think he's gonna win at all. So Myers, I don't see him winning. But the guy, it should be a good match. I think him versus whoever he will face, which most likely will be Omega, will be a very good match at Resurgence. I could see, like I can see it not that being that bad, but I don't think people really look at this as a big match or anything. I know it's an Impact Plus show, but I don't think they look at it as a big match with Kenny Omega versus Brian Myers. But Myers, I'll give Myers credit. He's not like Kurt Hawkins anymore. Okay, he's really did his best to separated himself away from that whole thing. So I'll give him that. And I think the Sam Beal thing is pretty funny too. But other than that, though, that's my review of Impact tonight. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Tell me what you think about this show. Gonna be a lot of more shows with you from SmackDown and Rampage coming up. I gotta work on that one, so we'll see how that goes. Don't know if I have a review tonight or tomorrow. I may have to take care of something later on tonight. So if I don't have a review about a night of both of those shows, I will have one tomorrow, maybe in the morning or whatnot, just to give a heads up on that. So yeah, other than that, I'm out of here. Comment, subscribe. See you guys later. Peace out.